Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a beagle. First, draw a big circle as a guide for the head. An easy way to draw the circle is to first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, be sure to pause the video as you follow along to draw at your own pace. It's okay if the circle isn't perfect, but if you're still having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a bowl, a cup, or anything else with a circular edge. Draw a curved horizontal line across the circle. This is a guide that will help you place the facial features later. Draw the line about a third of the way down from the top. On the top left side, draw a curved vertical line for another guide. Now draw a smaller circle on the bottom left side of the head as a guide for the muzzle. Use the 4 marks method to draw this circle too. First, make a few small marks to indicate the sides of the circle, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. Notice how big this circle is in relation to the head. The left edge of the muzzle should be outside of the head circle. Inside the head, draw 2 smaller circles as guides for the eyes. Place the eyes on top of the horizontal guide and on either side of the vertical guide. Make the eye on the left a bit smaller because the head is turned. Now inside the muzzle, draw another small circle as a guide for the nose. The nose should touch the left edge of the muzzle. Now draw a big wide shape on the right side of the head as a guide for the ear. First, draw a long diagonal line across the head for the edge of the ear. On the right side, draw another diagonal line that slopes the other way for the other side of the ear. Now connect the lines at the bottom to finish the guide for the ear. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Use the 2 small circles inside the head as guides to draw the eyes. Draw the eye on the right first. Draw a curved line near the top of the circle for the top of the eye. Make the line longer than the circle. Darken the bottom edge of the circle for the bottom of the eye. Draw a couple of curved lines around the eye for creases. Follow the curvature of the eye as you draw these lines. Draw the lines close to the shape of the eye. Add a few short lines on the bottom left side for the inner corner of the eye. Higher up, draw a broken curved line for a bit of fur. Inside the eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. In the middle of the eye, draw another small circle and shade it in for the pupil. Now draw the eye on the left in a similar way. Darken the shape of the eye, but make the right edge a bit more angled. Add a few more curved lines around the eye for creases. This eye should be a bit thinner because the head is turned. Add a few shorter lines at the top for fur. Inside the eye, draw a tiny circle for a highlight. Then in the middle, draw a small circle and shade it in for the pupil. Now use the small circle inside the muzzle as a guide to draw the nose. Darken the top edge of the nose, but make it a bit more angled. Curve the left side of the nose inward to create the nostril. Draw a short line inside for the nostrils opening. Make the bottom of the nose a bit thinner than the original circle. Draw a longer curved line on the right side for the other nostril. Add a few more lines on the right side to emphasize the nostril. Draw a few short lines at the bottom for creases on the nose. Under the nose, lightly sketch a line that curves to the right for the mouth. The line should end at the edge of the ear. When you get the shape of the mouth right, darken the line. On the left side, draw a shorter curved line for the other side of the mouth. Farther to the left, draw a vertical line for the side of the muzzle. Curve the line to the right to create the loose lip. Make the line wavy. Draw a curved line on the right side for loose skin. Below the mouth, draw a curved line for the chin. Draw a sloping line from the top part of the nose to the eye on the left for the top part of the muzzle. Now use the big shape on the right as a guide to draw the ear. Follow the basic path of the guide as you draw the shape of the ear. Add a short line at the bottom for a fold. Make the sides and corners of the ear more curved than the original guide. At the top, draw long curved lines for the bigger folds on the ear. Now use the first circle as a guide to draw the rest of the head. Follow the basic path of the circle to draw the shape of the head. Make the top of the head a bit flatter than the circle. Don't overlap the ear as you draw the head. Draw a few more lines around the eye on the left for the side of the head. The left side of the head should be thinner than the initial circle. Draw a couple of short lines at the bottom for a bit of the neck. Add a few more curved lines inside to give the head structure. Now draw the visible sections of the other ear along the left edge of the head. Draw an angled line at the bottom for the tip of the ear. Now erase the initial guidelines. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. You don't have to erase all of the guidelines, it's okay if you leave some behind. Redraw any of the final lines that you may have accidentally erased. Now shade your drawing. Draw a couple of lines across the head to separate the white areas on the fur. Shade the main part of the fur using a medium value. Use a medium value to shade the insides of the eyes too. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circles when you shade the eyes. Shade using a light value at first and then gradually make the values darker. To create light values, push down very lightly on your pencil. Then slowly add more pressure to your pencil to create a darker value. Leave a thin strip blank across the head along with the muzzle for the white fur. As you're shading, use strokes that go in the direction of the fur. Notice how the strokes radiate outward from the eyes. Shade the nose using a dark value, but leave a thin strip blank at the top for a highlight. Add some value to the front of the muzzle below the nose. Slowly and gradually make the values darker. Make the bottoms of the eyes lighter than the tops to create round shapes. As you shade, separate the strokes a bit so that the white of the paper comes through and creates a furrier texture. Make the nostrils very dark. Draw rows of dots on the side of the muzzle for the base of the whiskers. Add a bit of light value on top of the nose too. Darken the final lines to emphasize the shapes. Shading can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep shading until you're happy with the result, and that's it for the Beagle. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com, where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.